So it's an MLM health supplement.
Yeah, MLM. Look, no offense, guys, but your likelihood of success in MLM is just terrible.
I'm not ashamed. Let's go. I pray about everything.
God, you can't say he's not entertaining, eh? This is great.
He don't even need the prayer.
Oh, man. The leveraging of religion is just too much for me, man. So, look, I'd be really surprised if this person ends up successful. Hey, guys, today we're looking at Grant Cardone's high-pressure sales system. We're going to break down the full 90 minutes, the stuff that you can actually take away so that you can immediately make more sales, and the stuff that is just sleazy and old. If you don't know who I am, my name's Caleb Lassar. The stuff that I've taught has been responsible for millions in dollars of deals across multiple different industries, and we're a big believer on the consultative, people-first approach. So without further ado, let's get into what we can take away from today, some of the surprising things that we should let go of so we can make more sales.
We're going to handle an objection in real time. So Jesse, first of all, let me ask you, what is your target? What's your goal?
1 million.
$1 million.
1 million.
In what period of time?
A year.
Okay, 1 year. Okay, she just made it easy.
Okay, I like this, right? So immediately from the start, establishing the North Star or the direction or the logical goal is pretty standard for most of us. But good to see that Grant is basing himself on $1 million, 12 months. Now we have something to contrast against.
Easy on me and harder on her. Okay, just so you know. Okay, now, are you the decision maker in this process?
Yes. Yeah.
Would there be anybody else other than yourself involved in the decision?
No.
No. Okay.
So he's pre-qualifying a Wade decision maker, which is, it's pretty smart, to be honest. Like if you're getting at the start of the call, are you the only decision maker? And they say no, and there's multiple people. In the Grant world, they're like, well, let's not have this conversation. Let's have this conversation with both people. Now, in the real world, how likely is that to happen? I don't know, to be honest, not in my experience. And so I don't try to say, well, let's not have the meeting today because you're not the decision. I don't treat it like that. And I think if you're in the B2B space as well, you're never really going to be able to get in front of the decision maker because they put gatekeepers to handle this stuff in front of you on purpose. Now, in the B2C space where you're selling to usually like, mum and dad types or single people, then potentially you could get both people on the call. But again, it's a bit much, right? It's overstating what our job is as salespeople. We're really just here to facilitate a decision. And it doesn't really matter how many decision makers are involved, right? Ideally, you're in front of the right person. If not, just manage the process like a professional, which is, okay, cool. So let's talk about why this is a good idea for you today, etc. And then we can work on the next steps around how we actually get this over the line. That'd be how I would do it in a consultative way.
And I checked, okay? Decision maker, check, and I checked. Anybody else involved other than yourself? And she says no. Okay, now, number two.
Because it also feels a bit weird if you then go at the end of the call and say, well, you said you were the only decision maker, so how come you're not making a decision today? It's high pressure stuff that is just gross.
The $8,800, if you wanted to spend the $8,800 today, do you have $8,800?
Although I do, I would still put it on a credit card.
Good, okay. And how much money do you actually have? How liquid are you?
Yeah, I don't mind being open. I've got 30K.
Okay, so this would be...
This is weird, eh? Like, it's that whole celebrity effect where like, these scenarios where like you're talking to the celebrity brand, you can get away with this stuff where like how liquid are you? To most people, that's really direct. There's no rapport here, like there's no context. It's just bang. Do you have the money? Yes, no. Like we understand what that is. It's financial qualification. But in the perfect world, when you're remote selling, the marketing should be taking care of this. This is a hot take and unpopular. It's like a lot of reps get absolutely fried for saying that marketing should provide quality leads, and they should. So we should already have this stuff. You should really only, on an A-tier offer, be speaking to people that are financially qualified. So you shouldn't need to do this shit. And it's also weird. If you've never met someone, you say, how much money do you have? Are you liquid? Can you afford it? Like they don't even know yet. They don't even know the offer. So again, I don't know how much of this actually applies to real people, but it does work in a celebrity sense.
You'd still put it on a credit card. You have $30,000, so it's not going to leave you broke. I just want to be sure you're not spending your last $8,800. Even though I would say to you, if you only had $8,800 and this was your last $8,800, I would still tell you to do it. Okay. The third thing I want to ask you.
I mean, that's a little bit irresponsible, right? Like just in terms of, and this happens a lot, right? I've seen this in the industry where they're like, go get a credit card, put it on a credit card. That's the reason why a lot of people are in poverty. And a lot of the reason why I see high ticket reps sort of struggle with the up and downs of the industry is because they have no emergency funds. Like realistically, you should have 3 months worth of expenses in the bank to withstand any kind of shitty like business flow or cash flow issues. Realistically, it should be 6 months. So if it's your last $8,800, you shouldn't be spending that on a high ticket program, right? You need to have a backup so you can pay your bills. So already philosophically, I don't agree with this. And I don't think you need to sell this way and squeeze every dollar out of someone. That's someone who's not financially qualified. So you shouldn't sell to them.
Right here is your reason for not doing this is what? So I understand. You wanted to do it. You clearly wanted to do it. And then you hit something that said, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't. And what was that thing?
Yeah, it might be a bit of a unique issue. So I haven't.
It's always
worked for 4
unique.
years. Yeah, I haven't worked for 4 years because of serious health issues. I'm like getting tons and tons better every week that passes, but I'm still not my 100%. So it's, I would definitely struggle. Although I'm on, I'm getting stronger and stronger all the time, but I don't feel well enough.
Okay. To do what?
I think this is valid in terms of an objection, right? So Grant has, given the situation, give him his credit. He has got to the core issue. And I think here, what we're really dealing with is fear. So it's a fear objection around, like, what if it doesn't work for me? Because most objections come down to a couple of things, which is either money logistics. I don't have the logistics of money, which he's ruled out really well. Whether that works for a real person, is debatable, but he has ruled that out. Then the second thing is like a fear. So a fear that it won't work for me, or a fear that you won't deliver. And so we're probably dealing with fear here, decorated as sickness. So Grant is elaborating on that, which is really smart.
The commitment of it's just going to take a lot of time and energy.
Yeah. Okay. Were you here yesterday? How'd you do yesterday? I did 4 hours yesterday. How'd you do?
Yeah, no. So I made sure I spent the day before off. Tomorrow I'm going to make sure I'm resting enough.
Okay, good. And then yesterday, did yesterday wear you out?
Well, because it's exciting as well. I'll feel it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll know
Okay,
tomorrow.
good. But did you feel better or worse at the end of yesterday?
Oh, I was buzzing yesterday.
Buzzing.
I was
Okay.
buzzing.
And how you feeling today?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay, good. Because I don't want to wear you out. Okay. What I want to do is I want to make it easier for you.
So this is good. He's asked questions, leading questions, to link her to the resourcefulness of like, hey, you've done it there before, so you will be okay in future. So this is really well done.
Okay. The coach is not going to make it harder for you. The coach is going to make it easier, right? Because you have a system. What exhausts people is I don't know what I'm doing. I'm never going to get there. Okay.
So Grant's offering a reframe there. So it's not the thinking that you did have. It's actually this.
When a person has exactly what they do next laid out, you don't need to be supercharged like Grant Cardone is and have, caffeine all day or what everybody thinks that I drink caffeine all day. Even though I drink a lot of caffeine, it's not like I can have caffeine and go take a nap. Like right now, I could go lay down in my house right now and take a nap. I could be down for 20-minute power nap, stress-free, not worried about anything. Okay, why? Because I know what we have to do next. I have a system. So I want to say to you, what is your product or service that you have to sell for the $1 million?
So he's really hammering home this change the thinking, right? So it's not about the energy, it's about the system. And she's buying it, which is really cool to see.
So it's an MLM health supplement.
Okay. And what do you get paid?
Oh dear, MLM. Look, no offense, guys, but your likelihood of success in MLM is just terrible. Most people don't make money. And sure, I work with a few people that have made money, but I think they are the exception to the rule.
On every transaction.
I don't know if it's a scam. Just as an aside note, I don't actually think MLM is a scam. I think, your likelihood of success is very low and it's oversold. But a lot of things are oversold in terms of their likelihood to be successful. So, if it works for you and you like the product, then sure, recommend the product. But I think just be honest about the earning potential. This is most likely not going to make you 6 figures, be financially free. I think that's the problem.
So let's say, because it's something that people take long term. So the maximum I'll get is for each person starts from 400 per year.
You would make $400
a year.
Okay, so
Yeah.
1 million. I'm just going to give you the math here. I'm doing this for free right now. You need 2,500. Have you done the math yet?
Yes.
2,500 people need to give you $400. Okay.
Yeah, which is very attainable. I've got,
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Very attainable.
100%. Okay. You need 50,000 people. If it's a great product and you have a bunch of testimonials, you need 50,000 people to know about what you do. Okay. Divided by 12, you need 4,166 people a month to know what you do. Divided by 7 days, you need 595 people. No, 4166, 4166, 50,000. There's 50,000 people to know You don't ever have to do, you don't ever have.
So what he's doing the maths for her to break down, like, this is the realistic, I guess, progression that you need to do by saying, if you need 2,500 customers, you need 50,000 leads, basically. He's got some kind of conversion mechanism on his head where maybe, 5% of those people actually become clients. I think that's what he's working on. But then he's breaking it down into a weekly system to help her understand this is what you need to focus on, which is, it's really smart. I really dig it.
To meet these people. It could all be on Facebook, Instagram. Like right now, you have 1,000 people watching you right now. Now the MLM thinks it doesn't matter. Like, what does that have to do with it? It's just a vehicle. Okay, I want to get you from here to there. I'm gonna solve this problem. So that's the story. We need to craft a new story for you. Divided by 12, that's 4,100 people a month. Divided by 4, that's 1,041 people a week. Divided by 7. That's 148 people a day divided by 24. But I need 6 people every hour. Do you think there's 6 people every hour that you could tell your story to?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, did I just make things easier for you or harder for you?
Yeah, easier, definitely.
Okay. Do you want to put this on a Visa card, a MasterCard, or American Express?
Visa.
Okay, what are the last 4 numbers?
It's pretty good. So, I mean, if we just summarize what Grant's done there, is he's ruled out the main objection. So I think the context that we missed was that discovery has already been done. So this is a pure objection handle from Grant, where he has got rid of the decision maker. There's more than one decision maker. He's got rid of the price objection, and he's worked through the fear objection. And the fear objection was presented as, I don't know if I'm going to have the energy. And so he's handled that by reframing energy as you just need a system. Then he's used the power of like numbers and breaking it down to demonstrate this is what we need to focus on. It's actually really good. I actually really like this.
Okay. And I want somebody to connect with Miss Jessie right now and close this deal and solve her problem and get her on track. These 90 days are going to be great for you.
So all these people saying, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Jessica, do it.
Yeah.
Are you guys all like saying that? It doesn't sound like I've got a good enough, like this health, stamina and health thing.
No, nobody cares about it.
Okay.
You know what
You're
people
like,
think? People think you're feeling sorry for yourself.
When it's yours, it feels like a bigger problem. Which
Yeah, exactly. That's why you need a support system around you saying, hey, knock it off.
Oh, that was pretty good by Grant as well. So he's utilizing the audience to reframe and add evidence to the belief. This is actually really surprising. I didn't realize that Grant was this sophisticated when he sells. Now, that being said, it's one thing for Grant to do it. Obviously, he's good at sales because he's been selling his entire life. It's another thing to be able to teach it. And when I've read the books, there's not a lot of substance around actual teaching. So Grant might be a great person at selling, but where they often struggle is passing that knowledge that they have onto their people. And I see this all the time with founders where like they're the bottleneck with sales. They want a good salesperson, they hire a salesperson doesn't perform. It costs them a bunch of money and wastes the leads. Then they tell themselves, oh, it's just a shitty salesperson. When in reality, it's not the salesperson, it's the sales process. You have a process in your head, but you can't turn it into IP and you can't pass it on. That's the problem. So this is really interesting. We're like, because I've had a little bit of experience with Grant's work. I don't think he teaches it well. He's the typical example of an intuitive salesperson. So a person who knows what to say. And this is a massive problem that I see in the high ticket closing space is you have a lot of coaches who are great salespeople that became coaches. Now, just because you're a great salesperson does not make you a great fucking coach. In fact, it's often the opposite because a lot of the time they're like, this comes naturally to me, so it should happen for you too. They rely on their intuition and not an actual piece of IP that they can break down and teach you. And this is the whole reason why we have our business is like, I break this down for you into a very simple step-by-step process. And we call this cognitive dissonance. And you can check it out if you just click the link below. It's the playbook, right? You can pick it up. It's $12 and it walks you through the structure of how to create a purchasing decision in your buyer's mind. And that's effectively, I would say the number one reason why high ticket sales pros, even business owners, they don't get the results that they want. It's because they're not following a system. It's not broken down. They've been trying to learn from people that are intuitive salespeople. They're not actual sales teachers, sales trainers. There's a big gap.
So we need to get you a new environment, a new network. Look how many people are pulling for you. Okay. Now you got to tell me when you're ready. Okay. I don't want you to do something you're not ready to do, but I'm going to tell you something. by yourself alone, I think, if you don't mind me telling you the truth, I think you just go back. I think you go back to your obstacles, your problems, and your limitations, not to your destination.
So he's doing the pulling it away now, right? To get her to buy in. I don't want to tell you what to do, which is really, I want to tell you what to do. And I think that you will fall back on your old story, which is somewhat true, right? And you can tell that it's causing her a little bit of pain here, and she's buying more and more into the process.
Okay. What's at risk here? What's the worst thing that can happen?
I was going to say I lose 8,800, but I'm sure I'm not going to lose it.
Visa, MasterCard, or American Express. Let's do it. Do it and don't change your mind about it. I don't want you to unwind on this.
I'm wondering why it's taken me so long. Can I ask this? Wondering why.
There's another objection underneath the surface here, right? And I think it's to do with the whole, I don't know if it'll work for me thing. I don't think we've got the true objection yet.
It's taken me till I'm 44.
Yeah.
Because
you keep doing this thing. You keep doing this thing. You keep doing what you're doing right now.
I know, but I've had so much support. Like, you remind me of my dad so much. He used to get to do calls when I was 14, extreme passion, the cheeky grin. He's done well for himself. He's exited the middle class. And my difficulty with him has been that I've never been interested to make money until now. I'm 44. I have zero contact with him, although he'll always make sure I have a little roof over my head.
Yeah.
But I've always resisted his advice, resisted his opportunities, much to his disappointment.
Yeah, so we're starting to see an example of what we call the I'm the exception objection, or a belief system where they don't think it'll work for them because they're a special snowflake. And this is really common with a lot of prospects who are struggling to change, is they don't believe it'll work for them. So one of the ways we can overcome this is we can just tell them straight. And I would say to them, look, I've seen this pattern a few times in people that are looking to want to do this stuff. And based on everything you're saying is, I would guess that you believe that this won't work for you, and that somehow you have a unique situation in which whatever we've taught that's worked for other people just won't work for you. Am I on the mark with that? And we just get them to sort of talk about it, to get it out. That's the only thing you can do with that pattern, because if you try to heavy convince it, they'll shut down.
Because I've genuinely been content until now, and it's driven him bonkers.
Yeah.
He wanted to be comfortable like him, but not give it to me free.
Yeah.
And it's causing so much pain. And I want to know, what could he have done differently as a parent when I was growing up?
You know what? I think it's an interesting question, but I don't think it matters.
Okay.
It's really well done as well, right? So shutting down the story. But I think what Grant's missed under the surface is there's a core belief here for her that she's the exception to the rule, which is why she won't be successful. And also, he didn't quite finish the what's the worst case scenario questioning line. I personally love this. So it's what's the worst case scenario? I lose 8,800. Oh, but I won't lose. No. Just sit with the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, this doesn't work for you, right? You lose $8,800. Would you be okay with that? Can you tolerate the idea of losing $8,800? Because if you can't, you shouldn't do it. The reason why I love this is because we get them to sit with the worst case scenario. We don't try to hide it. We don't try to shove it away. We get them to fully understand the risk of potentially doing this. Failure is a potential risk. There's no certainties. So if you can be okay with the worst case scenario without anything else, then you're potentially this decision is going to be okay. So let's look at the best case scenario. What is the best case scenario here? Well, the best case scenario is that you go through the program, you do the work, you actually start making more money, you get to the goal that you stated, $1 million, right? Because you find a way to reach the 50,000 people that you need to reach, and we gave you the tools to do so. That's the best case scenario. Now, what's the middle case scenario? What is the average median scenario? Well, let's say that you're not the top 10% of our clients that actually hits their results. Let's say you're somewhere in the middle. Roughly half of our clients make back their investment in the 12 months that we work with them. That's the medium case scenario. So if the worst case is that you lose the money, the best case is that you hit the goal, the medium scenario is that you make your money back plus some, are you okay with that risk? That is the better and more fully complete way to deal with that fear of what if it doesn't work for me?
Yeah.
I don't think it matters, dude. Let's go someplace. Me and you go someplace.
Yeah.
Let's go some new place.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm tired of the old place.
Yeah. Yeah. Good one. Thanks, Grant. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So whatever. Let's do something new now. It's time.
Okay. I have a principle that I pray at least one night.
Let's pray together. Let's pray right now. Let's pray right now. God does not need over.
So objection, like I need to think about it. I need to pray on it. I get a sense that Grant knows that this is more of a smokescreen. Like she actually wants to say yes here. But again, it's that unconscious fear of, I don't know if this will work for me that we haven't got to.
Overnight, you do. Okay, let's go. Put your hands out. Give me your hands. Give me your hands.
I pray to a very specific God.
Good. You lead the prayer. You lead the prayer. God, let's go. I'm not ashamed. Let's go. I pray about everything.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. Give me your hands.
Well, I don't need to do that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I asked Jehovah God to help me make a decision on this because I know I need the support. I know I need the help, and it will be a good driver for me to get somewhere sooner than a year's time. I want Jehovah to grant me the wisdom to make the best decision for me, given the circumstances that I'm in. And I send this prayer through Jesus Christ. Amen.
Great. Amen. Okay, good.
You
Now,
must believe
let me ask you this. Did you ask
God, you can't say he's not entertaining, eh? This is great.
for this guidance last night?
Oh, every day. Well,
Well, good.
not specifically about this course, no.
Okay,
Right.
but what are you and I doing here right now? How did this happen? There's thousands of people watching this right now, but you're the only one doing this with me.
What do you mean, how did it
What's happened? Is this a mistake or a miracle?
That's really interesting. I personally wouldn't get into the whole leveraging religion to make a decision, but you do you, boo. Is this a mistake or a miracle? That's something.
Is this God answering your questions, or is this just happenstance?
No.
Look, you're asking for guidance, you get an answer, and you don't unwrap the package. God. Okay, I'm gonna leave you to think about this, all right?
Thank you.
Okay, unless you're ready to make a decision.
She's ready.
Do you want to make a decision or you want to think about it? It's your call.
Well, it's the same thing because we're not going to do it right now, this second, are we?
Oh,
So
yeah,
need to get-
we definitely would do it. I have the last four numbers of your credit card, but I want the audience to see what your decision is. Do you want to do it now or do you want to wait? Do you want to add time to end up doing it anyway? Or you already said if you make a decision, you're not going to lose your money.
And I think I did reach out to the other staff members and they said I could start it at a later date because I do have a few commitments that I need to finish. For
Yeah, I want you to know.
So now we're just working through the pricing objections, right? So can I start later because I have upcoming commitments? So Grant's really putting it on thick here. He's saying, do you want to do it now? Do you want to do it later? You can start later if you want. He's giving her the opportunity to choose by taking it off the table, which is really smart here.
No, but I don't want you to wait till a later date. I want you to decide to do it or not do it. I want you just to put a pin in it, finish it. I want you to decide, yeah, I'm coming tomorrow to the onboarding to get started. I don't need you. I need you healing. I don't need you thinking. I want you to make decisions now faster, not longer.
That is something I need to work on.
You don't need to work on it. You need to break through. You need to just make a decision. You need to say to me right now, Grant, I want to do it. Let's go. Or Grant, I don't want to do it and I'm not going to do it. And you probably should just turn this off.
You've hit the nail on the head. I'm very bad at making decisions.
Yeah, well, that'll keep you sick right there. And then that's why you think Jehovah needs time. Jehovah don't need any time. He knew what you wanted before you even asked. He don't even need the prayer.
Oh man, the leveraging of resilient religion is just too much for me, man. Like he's right in there.
You did the prayer for you. You didn't do it for me, and you didn't do it for him. He already knew what you needed. By the way, he's like, "What are you, dumb? You dumb? What's wrong with you, girl? I got you here right now,
Bruh.
Now, you still have to be the one to make the decisions. Faith without actions is not faith. It's nothing. Okay? Now, I'm going to ask you one last time. Are you ready to go now, or do you want to wait?
Yes, do it.
Let's not let you down. We're not going to let you down, okay? I'm here for you. We're going to support you, and I'm going to have you on stage at our 10X Growth Conference. We're going to tell this story. Oh, yeah, 100%. You're beautiful. You look great. Your story's going to be phenomenal. We went from this. We're going to record this, by the way, Johnny, and then we're going to show what she becomes, okay? Congratulations. Okay, guys, just so you...
Okay. So, look, I'd be really surprised if this person ends up successful, largely because the degree of effort it takes to get someone to make the decision to buy something is really their confidence in making decisions in the external world. So what does that mean? How likely is she to be successful in the program if it took this much effort to get her to make a decision? I think this is a classic case of too much convincing results in a client that is overly reliant on Grant to be successful because nothing's really changed. She's still the same person that is stalling, that took 20 minutes to make a yes or no decision. And I think, happy to be wrong here, but I don't think she's the type of client that would be successful. She's the classic example of convince very hard, they ask for refunds. right? And they don't do the work. But that was Cardone. I hope you got some value from today. I'll see you in the next video. And YouTube recommends this one for you.
You guys understand